Discharge by frustration is actually um, something happened, but it's not the fault of the party involved. Like war outbreak, COVID-19. All these things is actually considered as discharge by frustrations. And if let's say the contract dragged for too long, like the contract was actually awarded in March, for example, early March or early February, the contractor started to move in and work, and suddenly there was this problem with COVID-19. And the contractor felt like they cannot continue with the current. They have other contracts coming up. They have other things that is problematic. That they cannot continue the job, so they may want to. They can go by this discharge by frustrations, especially when it's actually there is a specific interference by government, or there is a change in law, there's political upheaval, and like I say, COVID, pandemic, all these things are actually part under discharge by frustrations. Okay. And there are possibility also that there is circumstances that when the contract is done, but then actually there are certain things inside there that cannot be done. For example, it actually goes against the law. It's actually illegal to do certain things, but it wasn't realized at the point of the contract was being made. You see, so these are some of the issue that we have to break up. Break up the contract, but it's not the fault of any of the parties. So it's actually through no fault of the parties. The performance is made impossible. So you need to understand what we call initial impossibility and the supervening impossibility. So one is impossibility that arise during the time of contracting. The other one is arising when the contract has been made. So when it's signed, then after that you realize that there's a problem, then you have to discharge, you have to stop it, kind of thing. And other than that, it's mainly these are the reasons. It's always listed down. So in the contract documents, okay, in all the contract documents in Malaysia, all these issues are actually being put into the contract. So you need to read through the clauses that is dealing with termination. You need to read through the clauses that are dealing with you need to deal with clauses that are dealing with remedies, and if the contractor did not perform, or if one party did not perform, what do you do? And the final part on termination, or on stopping the contract and all that, it has to follow. These are actually all parts and parcel of the Contract Acts of Malaysia. So from the formation to the discharge to the remedies, these are the three things that is really very essential in the Contract Acts, and from there every contract is being drawn out. So in Malaysia, what happened is actually all over the world we have what we call a standard form of contract. When we have a standard form of contract, it's like a free size t-shirt. It's all the issues, like how the formation of it's all written down based on the body that wrote it. Okay, let's say if JKR standard form of contract is written by JKR Sarawak, PWD 203 is actually written by the Public Works Department, which is the federal government, and CIDB form of contract is written by the CIDB. So there are different authority that was given the right to write a standard contract, and in that standard contract they will cover all these issues that are dealing with remedies, that are dealing with if somebody did not perform, what do you do? Those are remedies, and that deal with this discharge, which is termination, or at the end of the contract, what do? You have deferred liability period. After deferred liability period, there must be you must hand in your payment claim. All this flow, okay, is all written down in that standard form of contract. So it is actually a one size it's a one size t-shirt for everybody. And we do not, as engineering firm, as a contractor or developers or clients, we don't really write every single one of our contract all the time. So we don't write like every time we have a project we write a contract, every time we have a project we write a contract. So we actually have a standard standard form, okay, and this standard form lists down all these clauses that are standard, that all the project will go through. But obviously this standard form doesn't cover everything, so we would need actual addendum or a supplementary set of clauses if necessary, in order to improve the contract. And there are different type of different type of procurement method. So if design and build, we cannot go with just normal standard form of contract. So standard form of contract is a standard document, it's all the standard clauses that is dealing with all the common specific issues that the contract has. I won't say specific, but it will go by, so the word specific here is that it will go by the issues. For example, schedule, for example, payment, for example, instructions, for example, variation order. So when a firm, okay, embark onto a new contract, they will just take this written by a known body like JKR, like PAM, like IEM, like CIDB. They will take it to see which one of their standard form of contract actually match their purpose, and then after that they will read through the clauses and then make sure that these are the things that is relevant, very relevant to their project. This is the right document, and they will just put the whole set into the contract, and that will be the terms. This will be the standard general conditions of the contract. So you cannot look down at standard form of contract, you cannot ignore standard form of contract, because with that particular documents in the contract, you are basically telling everybody this is the contract already. You cannot run away from it, and everybody have to abide by those clauses. They have to really follow through, because they will list down under one specific issues what is the role of contractor, what is the role of client, what is the role of the superintending officer, and what are the roles. Role of superintendent officers is the engineers who is looking after the job, you see. So we will explain that in the week 12, especially when it comes to contract administration, okay. And today what we're going to do is to finish up all the necessary legal law understanding of what is a contract, and then we'll move into talking about what is a BQ contract, lump sum contract, and then that will be the end of week 11 lecture, because last week was actually a New Year's Eve, so I didn't want to post up anything for anybody. So yeah, I'll just let everybody enjoy. So but this week we will catch up with 2 pre-recorded session, which is 2 set of pre-recorded and 1 set of online face-to-face to catch up, okay. I hope it's not too stressful, but we are slowly going to the end of the lecture already, actually. End of the project management already, and I have to also keep on remind everybody, you cannot leave all these things to the end, because if you do leave it to the end, there's a lot of work to hear. There's a lot of work. It's not like Hornstack. The issues are very specific, like part by part is very specific. So let's say if you didn't listen to formwork, you still can listen to concrete. If you didn't listen to concrete, you still can listen to scaffolding. It's actually okay. But this one, there's a lot of joining, there's a lot of sequencing involved. If you don't understand one thing, you cannot understand the other thing. It is a very difficult topic, actually, to be honest, but I hope you all will take it really seriously. Otherwise, you will definitely not going to get through. I can almost guarantee you. Okay, so let's continue. I'll stop this recording here, and I'll continue with the remedies. Okay.